Good morning children. Today we will continue with our lesson number 5 where we discussed about air and atmosphere. In the previous video we saw what are the components of air. Nitrogen is the major component of the air, followed by oxygen, carbon dioxide and inert gases. So in the last video we saw the nitrogen and oxygen in detail. Now we will see about carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is 0.03% in air. Okay, so air contains 0.03% of carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is also a chemically reactive gas. We already saw nitrogen is a chemically inactive gas. It did not react with any of the elements in the atmosphere, whereas oxygen, we know it is a very highly reactive gas, followed by carbon dioxide. So this carbon dioxide is also a chemically reactive gas. Though the percentage of carbon dioxide is less than 1%, it is a vital component. Why? Because this carbon dioxide will not support combustion. Combustion means burning, because we already saw oxygen is very necessary for burning. So with the available oxygen, what if a fire is catching? Okay, say due to some accident a fire is spreading. When the wind blows, the fire can spread in the forest or in any area. In that case, the carbon dioxide present in the air is is a stable component to stop the spreading of the fire. So because the carbon dioxide will not support combustion, and then this carbon dioxide is present in the air because we living things like human beings, plants and animals, everybody during respiration will give out carbon dioxide. So that is why this carbon dioxide is present in the atmosphere. Then it is also released during the combustion of substances, that is when certain things are burnt. Okay, say like wood and logs are burnt. Finally at the end, what can you see? You can see that the black smoky substance which is there. So that is nothing but the presence of carbon dioxide. Okay, so finally we are telling carbon dioxide is a very chemically less reactive gas. It is mainly helpful to stop combustion. Okay, and then this is available in the atmosphere because of the respiration of the living things. And then carbon dioxide is used by the plants for preparing the food during photosynthesis. We have already learned this in your biology. So what is this photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is an important process, okay, where the carbon dioxide is taken in and oxygen is released. Oxygen is released. A slight increase in the percentage of carbon dioxide will increase the overall temperature of the earth. So this is called as global warming. Because of the global warming, there is a huge change in the climate setup also. Okay, so overall we saw carbon dioxide will not support combustion, but at the same time this is very required for the plants to prepare food, okay, by the process called photosynthesis. And this carbon dioxide will increase the overall temperature of the earth. Okay, now coming to the inert gases. Inert gases are totally non-reactive and stable gases. Totally non-reactive. Why? Because they are totally stable. Why stable? The inert gases will always have 8 electrons. 8 electrons in the shell, in their outermost shell. Okay, so they will be always in the fixed. They don't give away electrons or they do not gain electrons. So that is why it is called stable. Okay, so inert gases are a group of gases that are non-reactive and stable. They are also called noble gases. Okay, now they are present in traces. Traces means very light. You cannot give a fixed percentage. You cannot calculate. And then these gases can be isolated from air. You can remove it from the air. Argon, neon, helium, krypton, krypton, xenon and radon. Argon, neon, helium, krypton, xenon and radon are the common inert gases present in air. And then argon, krypton, neon and xenon are mostly used for lighting purposes, especially in the advertising signboards, light bulbs and lamps. Helium, you know, it is used in hot air balloons, and radon is used in the treatment of cancer. Okay, so you should know all these inert gases and their uses. Now coming to the last component, which is called the water vapor. So what is this water vapor present? The amount of the water vapor present in the air, okay, is known as the atmospheric humidity. Humidity means what? You can say the period just before the heavy rain is coming. Okay, that is, you know, there will be too much of suffocation. Okay, like you feel like drinking water, you feel like you are sweating, you want to just feel fresh air, but there will be no air at all. That is because the humidity is very high. Okay, the humidity is very high. That is, the entire atmosphere is having heavy amount of water vapor, and this water vapor only will give you the heavy rains followed after the humid situation. So the amount of water vapor present in the air in a particular place is known as atmospheric humidity. In the weather report, daily weather report, you can see the place humidity will be given. Okay, likewise evaporation from the water bodies. Okay, evaporation from the water bodies and the transpiration from the plants are the two sources of water vapor. So what are the two sources? Evaporation and the transpiration. So what is this water vapor? How are we getting this water vapor? Through evaporation and from the transpiration. Transpiration means we have already learned this, you will be learning. Okay, from the leaves the excess water, okay, will be let out in the plants. So that is called a transpiration. Then this water vapor cools the air, that is keeps the air cool, and is also a part of the water cycle. Water cycle is the rain cycle. Then it helps in the formation of the clouds which bring the rain, and it is an important source of water for all living things. So water vapor is responsible for the climatic changes. And then the amount of water vapor present in the air is not at all constant. Okay, so coastal regions will have high amounts of water vapor, and the inland regions will have high amount only during the rainy season. Okay, we are in Coimbatore, we are in the inland region, we will be not having high water vapor, we will be having high water vapor only during the rainy season. The simple example is, because of this heavy water vapor present in the air, we are not able to dry our clothes, our wet clothes. When you put the wet clothes outside, it will not be drying at all. Why? Because of this water vapor present in the atmosphere or in the air. Okay, now air conditioners, ACs, will work on the principle of changing the properties of air in the surroundings. That is, the temperature and the humidity of the air is changed. This makes the surroundings cooler. The surroundings will become cool because of the change in the temperature and the humidity of the air. Okay, now you can say this activity, you can see it at home to prove that the water vapor is present in air. You take a plastic water bottle, fill it with water. Okay, now place the water bottle in the refrigerator. Take out the bottle after 10 to 12 hours. Observe the water bottle after 5 to 10 minutes. What can you see? You can see water droplets on the outer surface of the bottle. This shows that water vapor is present in the atmosphere. The water vapor is condensing on the cool surface. The water vapor, as soon as it touches the cool surface, it will condense. Okay, water vapor is a gaseous state. On cooling, you will get the liquid form of water, which is the water itself. Okay, so that is what they are telling. And coming to the last one, the dust and the smoke. There is a component present in the air. What is that? When we switch on the torch in a dark room and absorb its beam, we can see the dust particles. So this means air will have dust. Obviously we know. We can see the dust particles when you dust the mat, door mat, or when you put the kerchief when you dust the kerchief from the duster or the blackboard. The human activities have led to large increase of dust and smoke in the atmosphere. Okay, so the dust and the smoke are released mainly from the vehicles, factories, building constructions, garbage burning, and even from the firewood which is used for cooking. Okay, the dust and the smoke may cause respiratory diseases and allergies in human beings, and the dust is in higher percentage in the cities than in the villages. Okay, so write through true or false. The percentage of the carbon dioxide present in the atmosphere is 21%. False. Percentage of carbon dioxide is 0.03%. Oxygen does not support combustion. No, oxygen will always support combustion. Carbon dioxide is used by plants during photosynthesis. True. Dust and smoke are released from factories and by burning of garbage. True. Okay, now coming to the importance of air. That is, we are going to see one by one which are the component is very important and why is important and where it is being important. Okay, so first we will be checking what is the importance of nitrogen. The importance of oxygen we will see it in the next video. Okay, now we know all living things need air to survive. So each component of the air is useful. Okay, so first component is the nitrogen and we will see how it is very important. Now, nitrogen is essential because it forms the building blocks of proteins. So, proteins means what? The building block in our body is protein and the proteins are made up of nitrogen. Then it is required by plants for growth and the plants can directly obtain the nitrogen from the air. Okay, so the nitrogen in the air is converted in the form of nitrates and nitrites. Okay, through chemical reactions and by lightning and rain. Whenever there is lightning and rain, the nitrogen present in the air will be converted into nitrates and nitrites. Then this nitrogen is going now into the soil in the form of rain. So the bacteria present in the soil will absorb and convert the nitrogen to the usable form. Okay, this is in the plant section. Coming to the animals, what will they do? They will get the nitrogen by eating the plants. Okay, finally when animals and plants die, again they will be mixed in the soil. Again the bacteria will decompose it and the nitrogen is again returned back to the soil. Okay, the waste material excreted by the animals will also be broken down. The nitrogen which is returned to the soil is converted into the gaseous nitrogen by denitrifying bacteria. That is, from the soil it is again converted into the gaseous form. Okay, by the denitrifying bacteria, and this will complete the nitrogen cycle. That is, from the gaseous form to the soil we found it through the nitrifying bacteria. That will be done through the nitrifying bacteria. Then denitrifying bacteria will convert the nitrogen present in the soil to the atmosphere. Okay, so two things are happening. One is the nitrogen present in the air. The nitrogen present in the air is pushed to the soil by what? Converting it into nitrates and nitrites through lightning and rain. When it is moved to the soil, the nitrifying bacteria will convert this nitrogen to be used by the plants. First thing. Now, when the animals and the plants die and that nitrogen is again inside the soil, that nitrogen can be converted into the gaseous nitrogen by the denitrifying bacteria and that gas is released into the atmosphere. So, the complete process in which the nitrogen is circulated in nature between the atmosphere, soil, microorganisms, plants and animals is known as the nitrogen cycle. As of now, you should know only this much. There is a separate topic for nitrogen cycle as and when you learn in higher standards. Okay, so as of now you should know there is a cycle called nitrogen cycle. In that cycle we can say the nitrogen is circulated in the nature from atmosphere to the soil, to the microorganisms, to the plants, and to the animals, and again to the atmosphere. Okay, in the form of a cycle. So that is called as the nitrogen cycle. So children, in this video we saw the other components of air: carbon dioxide, inert gases, water vapor, the dust and the smoke. And now we have started with a new topic, importance of the air. The very first importance of nitrogen we saw in this video. In the next video we will see the importance of oxygen. Okay, so read it thoroughly. If you have any doubts, ask now itself. Okay, then only we can proceed with the other portions. Okay, thank you.